Party people!
Hello YouTubers, Doom143, and I'm back with another comic haul. Probably my best comic haul ever? Top three guarantee comic book hauls that I've done on YouTube. Yeah, super stoked on this one. And the reason I wanted to do this face to face is, one, I feel like it's going to be super long. Two, there's going to be a lot of stories attached to these books, so I wanted to make sure that if I did tell a story, you're not just looking at a book, maybe you at least have something to look at. Obviously not the blinds in the back, but yeah, so I don't know, I feel like part of me feels like I should start storytelling now, or start storytelling when I get to the books. I don't know, there's a lot of books, there's a pile here, there's a pile there, it's kind of like everywhere. And long story short, I think what I'm getting at the end of the day is I can kind of see a new transformation as far as me collecting again. And I'm having a lot of fun. And 2017, I had a goal, I had a mission, Bronze Age, Silver Age, keys. That was my mission 2017. Not any one book in particular, that was just kind of more of my focus. 2018 was hard to find stuff, variants, hard to find books, hard to find variants, variants that had keys attached to it. That was my focus, 2018. 2019 comes around, I have no idea what I want. Nothing, no idea. And man, one book triggered it, and I was like, all right. I was like, okay. Yeah, so I was like, you know what, I know what I want to start collecting in 2019, so I'm super stoked. And you're going to see a bunch of it here, because once I got that book, and we'll talk about it when we get to it, once I got to that book, pretty much fired off from there. So let's get some stuff out of the way real quick. Hold on. All right, sorry. Let's get one stuff out of the way real quick. We're just going to take care of some current stuff, some speculations, well, not really speculations, but stuff that I heard about. Just want you guys to keep a lookout for, sorry about the glare, Flash #1. This is a Walmart pack, and the reason I'm showing this is because first appearance of Godspeed. Yeah, I think that's it. Supposedly it's supposed to be on the new series. This is the first appearance. And I just wanted to, you know, everybody's showing Flash #1, Rebirth, but I want people to not forget about this one, that it's in the Walmart pack, so something to look out for. Something else to look out for, I was fortunate enough to have, I am fortunate enough to have friends in, I guess, the YouTube and Instagram community that kind of know people that know people that know people. And so one of the guys in the Moss Poot crew, I don't know why we're calling ourselves that. But one of the guys in Mossberg crew was all like, hey, look out for this book. It's going to get optioned really soon. And lo and behold, the news breaks. But I already picked it up. So it's the Mall. This is the Ashcan series. Supposedly the Mall got optioned for some kind of TV series show. There's an Ashcan. There's a regular. I heard the book to get is this one, is the Ashcan. So it's something you want to probably look out for. I don't know if they're going to be back issue bins. I'm not too sure where you can find them. But if you do find them on the Bay or some kind of comic website for cheap, then this is something to look out for. So yeah, there you go. I bought a couple of store exclusives, and I was really happy when I got this Mike Mayhew variant in. I picked it up at Comic Mint via 789. And when I first got it, I was super stoked. I mean, look at that cover. The Carnage and that Venom is just, sorry again. It's really, really sick. And I was super stoked that I picked up actually 2 of them, right? So I picked up 2 of them, really stoked. It even came with a COA of some sort. I'm not too sure why. It wasn't signed. But so yeah, less than 1,000 of these printed, or about 1,000 of these printed. What is this? Yeah, so 1,000. But I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that on the spine? You can see that on Bolt Comics. You see that white going right there? And then on that one, and then there's a white going right there. Yeah, so pretty bummed. That's how I got the comics in. I was just like, I was hoping for a 9.8 candidate at least. Not that I was going to grade one. It's just, you know, I looked at it from the front and everything looked really good. No ticks, nothing. Not a blemish in sight. And then I looked at the side on the spine and I'm just like, rubbish. And I was just like, I was kind of bummed. I was kind of bummed about that. I also picked up a couple of mystery boxes. I was going to do a mystery box unboxing. And then I got like, I don't know. I just, you know what? I'm just going to open it up. And I'm glad I didn't do an unboxing, or maybe I should have, to show how shitty these mystery boxes can be. But I went to the Spider-Man booth. I opened mine up, and this is all I really got that's even worth mentioning, and it's not even worth mentioning. Web of Venom. What is this? Carnage Born #1. I guess there's 1,500 of these, so low print run. I don't know, whatever. It's not even that nice, if you ask me. I mean, it's okay. And then I bought a mystery box off of Instagram, and the only thing I got was this. It's like, what, the first Jim Lee in Marvel? I mean, it's the only thing that was even worth mentioning. So, I don't know. I think the Spider-Man booth was like 25 bucks. I think this one was like another 20 bucks or something like that. So, I don't know. It's, you know, it is a gamble. If you do the mystery boxes, I obviously didn't win. So, whatever. I'm going to Vegas in July. So, that's the main thing I want to win is over there. All right, so I got pretty much all that stuff out of the way. So I had this crazy stealth buy about a month ago. So what happened was Amazing Con here in Hawaii happened, I forget, so sometime last month on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I couldn't make it to Amazing Con Friday. But I could make it Saturday, Sunday, and the reason I made it to Saturday, Sunday is because I actually was a vendor. Me and a buddy of mine was actually sharing a booth. So we're sharing a booth Saturday, Sunday. He's there on Friday. I finished work at my full-time job at 5:30, and I think on Friday the con closes at like 8. So I was like, I don't know if I want to go for like 2.5 hours. You know, to the con. But I also remembered, for some reason, somebody effed up the scheduling. There was a collector's show the same Friday, Saturday, Sunday that they had the Amazing Con at. So I'm like, okay, everybody's going to be at this at Amazing Con. I bet you no one's going to show up at the collector's show. And man, I'm so glad I did, because I went up to one booth, and there was this guy with a bunch of long boxes. I just went through it, found whatever keys that I wanted to find whatever books, and then I just handed to him. And in my mind, I was all like, okay, if this guy asked for like $100 or $200 or just under 200, I'll go ahead and buy it. I gave it to him. He asked me what I wanted to pay. I don't know. I was all like, I don't know, 50 bucks. And he was all like, okay. And I was like, okay. So I give him the 50. I find this other guy. So I'm walking around the collector show again. And I'm walking around. And this guy sees me holding these comics. And then he goes, oh, are you into comics? And I'm like, yeah, I love comics. And then he goes, oh. So he pulls out a box underneath his table. He puts it up. And then he goes, do you want to check these out? And next thing you know, I just start seeing like X-Men keys and I forget what else. See, Wolverine keys and stuff like that. And I'm just like, are you selling these? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, how much do you want? And he's all like, well, pick what you want, and then we'll do a pricing. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever's right. So I pick out all the boxes I want, all the books I want and everything. And then I go, what do you want for these? And then he's all like, oh, you're not going to like the price that I'm going to give you. And I'm all like, in my head, I'm like, okay, anything under 300 for what I picked, anything under 300, I'm totally cool with, right? And then he goes, $60. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Hell yeah. So I don't have the books with me here because, like I said, that was Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I'm a vendor at Amazing Con. So yeah, I took those books back to Amazing Con and I sold them for like pretty darn cheap. Like people were amazed kind of what I was giving away, the books away for. And then on top of that, I was blessed to be invited to the New York Warriors auction, what, about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? And whatever I didn't sell at the con, I just put on Bigeez and NY Warriors auction. By the way, they have an auction tonight. They have an auction tonight. Make sure you check it out. I think Gomez, the comic collector, is a special guy. Well, he is a special guy. And so he's going to be on the show. And yeah, that guy Gomez is awesome. He's high on life all the time. I think the last video I saw him do, that was like the most toned down I ever seen Gomez. So, but yeah, they have an auction tonight. So just a little shout out for that. Make sure you check out. I'll leave a link to Bigeez's channel towards the bottom. Anyway, getting back to my story, right? So I saw that. So anyway, so when I got all of these books at the price I got it at, I was like,
gotcha, bitch.
Woo! I was blown out of my mind, just blown out of my mind, right? So I don't have the books, but I'm going to show you my Instagram photo that I took, and I'll put it right now. Crazy, right? Crazy. Yeah, so super stoked. Anyway, so Saturday, Sunday comes around and it's Amazing Con and selling stuff, whatever. I picked up some stuff as well. I didn't really, the stuff I also picked up that actually went to the Bigeez auction. But while I was there, I actually found this, which I thought was pretty cool. So this one is Batman 445. This is the second print. It's a little different. You can tell there's a lot of pink on it. At first, I thought this was an error book. Tried to do some studies on it, and then I realized that this is actually a second printing, and it's very hard to find. So it's Batman 445. Sorry, Batman 445 second printing. Apparently, a hard to find book. So I don't know. Just glad to have it. I think the ones I saw on eBay, people were asking whatever. I don't know, 10, 20 bucks, whatever. Okay, so earlier I was saying there was like a shift in the way I started to collect. Oh, you know what? Wait, before we go to that, I want to give a shout out to Slabbed Heroes, slabbedheroes.com. I heard about it through a buddy of mine in the Mosspool crew, Simple Man Comics. He was shouting them out. And so, of course, since, you know, Brian is a, well, I'm not going to say close friend, but we talk every once in a while. And since he shouted them, I decided, you know what, I'll go check them out. I picked this up. It's 9/8. What is this? Cosmic Ghost Rider number 4 Battle Lines variant. I think I got this for like 40 bucks. And on top of that, I think they had like a BOGO. So buy one, get one half off. So since they had this one for 40, did I just almost drop that? I decided to pick up another one. So I got, I think that one for 40, and then I got this one for 20. So Deathstroke Batman. This is a Matina cover. That's basically all this is. It was, yeah. But you get a 9/8 for like 20 bucks. So both of these books for what, $60 plus shipping. I got both of these. So oh, how's that glare? But yeah, so I got both of these. Super stoked. So slabbedheroes.com. I'll leave a link for them as well. Really fast shipping, great packing, a lot of great deals, man. Don't skip up on their website. It's a really good website. I think this is the second time I talked about them. But yeah. Anyway, so going back to the original story. So this pretty much starts the whole new collecting process and the whole collecting mindset, right? So I'm there at my LCS, right? And I'm picking up my new comic book day stuff, right? So, you know, I got the Wonder Woman, picked this one up, right? And I picked up the Harley Quinn, what number is this? Harley Quinn 59, what is it, Derek Chew? I think it's a Derek Chew. I went to the back issues and I found the Avengers No Surrender. What is this? This is the cameo of Immortal Hulk. First appearance of the Immortal Hulk, but the cameo. So this book's kind of hot right now with the whole Immortal Hulk series doing like exceptionally well. Also in the back issue bins, I was surprised to find this Aquaman #1. This is actually the second print, slightly harder to find variant. First appearance and mentioning of the Trench. Supposedly there's a movie that's coming out, and it seems like they're actually going to do it because they were like, oh, Jason Momoa is not going to be in it, and but yeah, they're going to go forward with it. So I found this, and believe it or not, I actually found this one as well. So Aquaman #2 from the New 52. This is the first appearance of the Trench King, and I want to say the Trench Queen as well. So found those in my back issues, right? So still digging through the back issues, trying to see what else they had, just rummaging through there. I found I found this. This is a really cool Delato. Try to get that glare out of there. It's really cool Delato book. So Origin Sin #8. I simply picked it up for the cover. I've always liked Delato, but I always liked his older stuff. So older Delato, older Matinas, older Art Germ, older Adam Hughes and J. Scott Campbell stuff. The new stuff they do is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I've always liked their older stuff. So Origin Sin #8, this really cool Winter Soldier variant. Actually, I guess I got a lot through that back issue bin. So I also found 3 copies. This is crazy. 3 copies of Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the #2 variant. This is actually the first appearance of the Dark Guardians. I guess there's a speculation that these guys might be a huge part of the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I don't know. I love speculations, but sometimes when I hear them, I'm like, that sounds kind of weird. But anyway, so this is the first appearance of the Dark Guardians, speculated to be in or have a huge part to do with Guardians of the Galaxy, the next movie. Heard James Gunn is back on. Super stoked about that. Yeah, I don't know. If you find back issue bins for cheap, maybe just pick one up just to kind of see where it's at. And but yeah, I got 3 of them because I'm a sucker for a spec book, especially if I can get it on the cheap. Because if it doesn't pan out, then I bought the book for cheap, and if it pans out, then maybe I can make a little bit of money. And then one more back issue bin that I found. Yeah, this book actually doesn't go for much. I just thought it was a sweet ass cover. So this is Ultimate Avengers 2 #1 variant. This was a sick Ghost Rider cover. I think it's a Silvestri that actually worked on this, but somebody put like Francis Lionel Yu, so I don't know if it's a combination of Silvestri and Francis Lionel Yu, but I just thought that this Ghost Rider cover was just epic, and it was in the back issue. I found it for like $5. It's also the first appearance of Tyrone Cash, which I guess supposedly is supposed to be the Hulk before Bruce Banner became the Hulk. I don't know if this is a different universe and stuff like that, but yeah. It's the first appearance of Leonard Williams, a.k.a. Tyrone Cash, the first Hulk before Bruce Banner becomes the Hulk. So there's that in this. So it's actually a cool cover, and there's actually a first appearance that probably means nothing because I think Tyrone Cash dies in like issue 4 or 5 or something like that. All right. So I don't know if you guys remember like these books here, right? So I showed you like these books here, right? This one and the Derek Chew. And so I'm at the LCS, and this is pretty much where it gets kind of crazy. So I'm at the LCS, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pick up, I'm at another LCS. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pick up another copies of the Derek Chew, I'll pick up another Wonder Woman, and I'll just have like 2 or 3 of those. But I was like, you know what? Before I do that, maybe I should look on his wall to see what he has. And I'm all like looking through his wall, kind of just seeing what he has. He has a bunch of books I love, and a lot of them are overpriced. And then I see this book. And I see this book for $50. He gave it to me for $40. So this is right here. So Daredevil 131, right? Yeah, 131. First appearance of Bullseye. So I see this on his wall for $50. And I was all like, that probably says 200. Maybe my eyes are really bad. Maybe it says another number. But as I look closer to it, I realized that it said $50. Now I talked to the LCS guy. He knows me. I know him. Whatever. He gives it to me for $40. And this book right here is pretty much what sparked my 2019, I guess, hunting style. And what I decided to do was not that I'm not, but I decided, you know what, let's go old school this year. Like, even if you already have the book, because I already have a copy of this. This is actually my second copy. I just couldn't believe that he had it such a good price. So I'm like, you know what, that's what 2019 is going to try to focus on. Or at least that's what I think in my head right now, is 2019 is going to be trying to find just older books and at exceptional prices. And if they're keys, even if you already have it, let's go double up, let's triple up on the keys as long as we can find them in a good price. And that's kind of what the rest of the haul is kind of like. But yeah, so this is a book right here that sparked my 2019 hunting style. First appearance of Bullseye. And I think it's just the idea of it's okay to double up and triple up on my keys. And for some of you guys, that might be like, yeah, no shit. Of course you can buy more than one of the same key. But I've always had this mentality that if I have one key, okay, check, move on to the next key, get that, check, whatever, etc., etc. Not that I've never bought multiple issues, but I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's do that again in 2019. Let's have some fun with it. So yeah, so luckily for me, right after Amazing Con and the Collector's Show, there was an antique show that came up. And so at the antique show, there was only a couple of vendors. So there was one guy that I bought some books from, and he had some cool stuff for $1. So I picked it up. He had this one, Daredevil 21? Daredevil 21, first cameo appearance of the Superior Spider-Man. So I picked this one up. There's a little damage over here somewhere. But I figured for $1, it's kind of a nice pickup. First cameo appearance of Superior Spider-Man, like I just said. And then I just picked up this, Spawn number 9. And first appearance of Angela. So I picked this one up as well. He had it for $1. I figured, what the hell, why not, right? So that was one guy. Then there was another guy that just had like a bunch of older, like Thor books, and like I think he had like Hawkman books and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I want to try to start finding again, right? So I go through his stuff, and he has everything for $5. So there's all like this Silver Age, Bronze Age stuff, all for $5 a piece. Now look, they're not like super high grade minty copies. I'll try to move here. Super high grade mint copies, but like for $5, and well, like with this whole new like revived like way of style that I wanted to start collecting, I'm like, dude, like my brain just went crazy. So I try to show this to you. I think it's in numerical order. I'll get this one out of the way first. This is a Hawkman number 20. So I found this one, yeah, $5. It's the first appearance of the Lion Mane. I guess that's his character here. Nothing crazy, but it's just, this is one of those like, you know, checkerboard styles, older issues, and the colors are pretty nice on it, and yeah, so I don't know, you know, like I love my variants. Don't get me wrong, I love my variants, but I don't know. I think 2019 we're gonna go back to like. We're going to go back old school.
I'm taking it back to the old school because I'm an old fool who's so cool.
We're going to go back old school. And yeah, so there we go. So Hawkman, really stoked to find that for $5. I found Thor 140. First appearance of the Growing Man. Kirby cover. So found that. There you go. Stoked on finding that one. This one's, they're all kind of beat up. I think this one was like for $3, but anyway, Thor 145, Abandoned on Earth. This is actually a Kirby cover as well. So he had this one for $5. Definitely took that one. Thor 146. This is the origins of the Inhumans. So I found this again. I mean, you can tell it's obviously not super white. Like my wall is very. You see my wall. My wall is white, so it's obviously not white. But for $5, I was like, you know what? And it kind of just spoke to, again, it spoke to how I wanted to start collecting. So origins of the Inhumans and another Kirby cover. So stoked on that one. Thor 148. This is actually the first appearance of the Wrecker crossbar. Another Kirby cover on this one. So very happy to find this Silver Age for $5. Thor 191. I was able to find this as well. I don't know what this first appearance is. Like Duroc the Demolisher or something like that. I don't know. John Buscema, I think that's how you pronounce it. Cover. So yeah, 191. Beautiful. This one is actually not that bad condition wise. I mean, there's spine issues, don't get me wrong, but the colors really pop on this book. So very happy, very, very happy to have found that one. And I also found Thor 201. This is the first appearance of Kamor, and it houses an Eagle Prime origin, and this is actually a really cool Gil Kane cover. So yeah, number 201, and like I said, I found all of these Thor books and that one Hawkman for $5, and yeah, I just was really, this one I'm really liking. I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it's because of the black and the colors. These, I don't know if you guys know, but they used to call these back in the day, these 5-color comics. So they used to call them 5-color comics because it was basically the only colors they used was the 5 primary colors. And that's why all our superheroes are either red or red and blue or red, blue, and black, or some kind of combinations of the 5 primary colors. They're green, you know. So yeah, so there you go. Oh wait, no, not green. Yellow and blue makes green. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. And really, really love these. And then if you ever put these up on the wall and stuff like that, I mean, they just look really nice together because of the whole 5-color comic kind of concept that was going on back in the day. Because, you know, now they use all these different colors and digital art and stuff like that, which is still awesome. I mean, honestly, I really like the new variants that's coming out. Anyway, so that was the second guy. And then there was one more guy at this antique show. So there's one more guy, and he had like this showcase. And I saw one of the main Hawaii collectors already at his booth. He was already there. And I'm like, crap, this guy probably took everything, but he didn't. So he tells me, he goes, oh yeah, that other guy took this book and this book, but I didn't show him the box. And I'm all like, let me see the box. So he busts it out, and I find 2 comics in there, and I'm all like, okay, what do you want for these 2? He actually had a whole bunch, but I only had like, you know, I only brought like $200 to the antique show because honestly, I didn't think I was going to find everything. So I already bought those books that you saw there. I bought the $1 books, and I'm just like, and actually the $5 books, the guy gave me like 1 or 2 for free, just because I bought so much, which I didn't really buy that much, but I guess he was just being nice. And so now I'm like down to like, you know, the last amount of money I have out of the 200. Of course, I could run to the ATM, but didn't want to.
The thing is, I got to check in the savings, but all the money is in my savings. So I got to switch it to my checking, but it's going to take 3 business days. I don't think it's going to go through.
And then, yeah, so then he gave me a price, and it was just under the money that I had left. So I gave it to him. I think I still had like, what, $5 or $10 in my pocket I walked out with. But I found this. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. First appearance of Luke Cage. So yeah, I got myself another copy. Like I said, this is where I think my collection style is going. So bam, I picked up another one of these. And right now, because, you know, I guess how things went on Netflix, this is actually going for, you can find this at a really good price. And so I was super stoked on this one. And then I was also stoked on this one right here. Marvel Spotlight number 32, first appearance and origin of Spider-Woman or Jessica Drew. And so, yeah, So for those two, I got a really good deal. Super, super, super stoked. And like I said, that bullseye pretty much set it off that this is the stuff that I want to start looking for. Again, like all of these here, like I have these already, but like I don't know why, but the whole concept of doubling up and tripling up on keys now, it's like I'm okay with it. Like I'm okay with it. So yeah, going back and just finding key books all over again. And yeah, so I found these two, and then all of those store books and the Hawkman at that at the antique show. And yeah, super, super, super stoked. Super stoked. I don't know why. I like looking at these. I really enjoy looking at these books. All right. So what else did we find? Oh, Instagram. So again, trying to stay with the whole concept of like, what do I want to collect and all of that stuff. So a huge part of it was, you know, was the antique show, was Amazing Con, was the collector show. So those three was a big part of, oh, and then of course the LCS, right? But Instagram has also been like a huge help as well for me staying focused on what I wanted to do. And of course, eBay has as well. But I think these next few books were from all Instagrams, right? So from Instagram, and it's kind of, again, sticking with what I wanted to do. But you can tell, like, I always like divert here and there every once in a while. So this is a great example of how I bought a book off Instagram that had nothing to do with my goal, but at the same time, I think he had this for like $5. Had to pick this up. This is a cover I've been wanting for a while. There's actually another one that mimics this, and you pair it up real nicely. But yeah, I just picked this one up simply for the cover. Just thought it was hot. That's all, right? So I picked that up. But then I did find a couple of older books actually before I show that. Found this one on Instagram as well. First appearance of Alice. I guess if Batwoman was to ever have a Joker, Alice would be it, you know, per se. So I guess this is supposed to be some kind of thing on CW. It got hot. But because my focus was elsewhere, I didn't really want to pick this up at the prices people were asking. And then I found one on Instagram for a really, really good price. And I was like, you know what, why don't you add that in the pile? Because the book that I just showed you, this one and the next two books, is all from the same seller. We bundle it together, made shipping and all of that stuff cheaper. And so yeah, I guess it's supposed to be one. There's a variant that's supposed to be hotter than this, but I have this one. There's also a second printing of this that goes for pretty good money too, but I figure, I'll just keep it, see how this does. First appearance of Alice. I found this. This was really cool on Instagram. It's a Superman 199 homage. I've never owned any of these racing books, and I've always wanted one. And if you look at Superman 199, it's basically the same, except for people are cheering on Superman and people are cheering on Flash, and then you got some other guy. But yeah, this is just an homage, and I've always wanted one of these racing books. So boom, finally got this. And I found all of them. That's the one thing I like about Instagram, is that I found all of these at like just crazy, crazy awesome prices. But this is the one that from that lot that I really wanted to get, and it's All-Star Squadron number 47. So this one, you know, it's an iconic Todd McFarland cover. Like we already know that. But I think what confused me about this is a lot of people would say this is the first Todd McFarlane on DC, which is not, because Infinity Inc. number 14, I think, is Todd McFarlane's first work on DC. It's not his first work in comics. That belongs to, I forget already. I have it in my head. Coyote something, I think, something like that. And so this is not his first work in DC, but as I looked through the cover and I went all the way to, I think it's page 23, I realized, oh, Todd McFarlane did all of it. So this might be Todd McFarlane's first work on DC as far as full work. From cover all the way to page 23, this is Todd McFarlane's full work. So yeah, very highly sought after book. It's a very iconic Todd McFarlane book, and I've been wanting this for a while. Again, found it on Instagram, decided to bundle up everything, and yeah, got a great deal. So the last two books kind of sticks with what kind of I wanted to find, which was like, you know, older key books or older stuff that had some significance, right? These two. But there was two books that was on Instagram that hit it right where I wanted, right? So this was one of them. It's another All-Star Comics 58. It's a 9.0. It's first appearance of Power Girl. And again, so now just doubling up and tripling up on the keys that I already own. And yeah, for some reason I'm having fun with this. And it's a 9.0. It's not a 9.8, it's a 9.0, but super stoked to have this. I mean, it's a beautiful copy, beautiful 9.0 copy, CGC. And yeah, so this was on Instagram. It was actually a friend of Koi Cakes. So Koi Cakes is a buddy of mine on the Moss Boot Crew Instagram thing that we have. And we talk shit basically daily. It's mostly shit talking, but yeah, we're always talking to each other. And I think his buddy Josue had this on their website. It's called Comics to Sell on Instagram. Comics, the number 2 and Sell. And they have some killer stuff right now. And I'm just like, I gotta hold off because I gotta stay focused on what I wanted to start collecting. But man, they had some killer variants on that thing. And yeah, super stoked. So anyway, so I got this off of them. They gave me a really good deal, kind of did it on the backside. I bought this, and then on top of that, I bought this thing right here. Now, as you can tell, there's like all of that crap and all of this, but I still wanted to have another copy of this, and I was stoked to find this on Instagram. First appearance of Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and yeah, this was like right up the alley. And I guess because it's, you know, second copy, like I wasn't too worried about condition or anything. I just feel like, you know what, it's okay to just kind of just get multiple copies and stuff like that. And actually some of these I actually did sell, so I had to rebuy, but this is one that I still have in my collection. And yeah, so stoked to have another one of these. And it's ugly. It's ugly as far as condition wise goes, but I got such a good price that I just like, I had to buy it. I got it at a really good price. I think a book like this, even in this condition, can go up to about $350. And yeah, so, you know, with that being said, I think, well, the price that I got it at, I just really can't complain. But yeah, so the last batch of books that I have, really a lot of it actually came from like eBay and LCS and other stuff like that. I don't think any of this came from Instagram. But it just so happened that, you know, like, okay, I kind of know where I kind of know what I want to focus on. And, you know, and so I'm kind of just cruising through eBay and some other websites on the internet as far as like comic shops, you know. And what I found this one eBay. Trying to get the story together. So I found this one eBay, and he only had like 15 sales. So I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to deal with this guy yet. But I looked, and he only had 100% positive reviews. He had 15 of them, and they were all positive. How fast he was, great communication. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take a chance. He had all of this stuff, all of these books for like buy it now or best offers. And so I not lowballed the guy, but kind of gave him like a gauge to see if this person is serious or not. And he was just accepting my offers left and right. So these next books I was getting for like killer prices. I know Valiant's trying to make a splash again, so I bought this, the first appearance of Exo Man-O-War. I know Valiant's trying to come back with the whole Bloodshot thing, so I'm thinking, you know what? The first appearances in Valiant what is it called? I forget what it's called. There's a storyline. But anyway, the earlier stuff, I wanted to pick these up. So yeah, I picked this one up, exceptional price, under $20. So very happy to have this. And so the rest of the books that I found, like I said, the eBay guy gave me good prices. I also went through online comic shops. I also went through my LCS. But this pretty much finalizes, like, well, not finalizes, because I'm still going to start collecting, but this kind of shows you how I really was trying to attack exactly the goals that I was trying to attack. So anyway, so here you go. So you got Brave and the Bold, number 54, first appearance of the Teen Titans. So I picked up another one of these. The first one I had was super ratty. It's not like this is in 9.8 or anything, but it's a lot better condition than the one I had. So I picked this up. I picked up a Lois Lane, number 70. First, what is this? First Silver Age Catwoman. And so I picked this up. First Silver Age appearance of Catwoman. And just glad to have this one. So Lois Lane 1. Yeah, so Lois Lane 70. I always want to say something 181, but that's Poison Ivy. Lois Lane 70. So that eBay is talking about, the one that gave me good prices, he gave me a good deal on the Avengers 45. This is when Hercules joins the Avengers. I don't think that's going to happen in the MCU, but just thought I'd show that to you. So yeah, Hercules joins the Avengers. And 45, he gave me a good deal on Avengers 53. This is the first time the X-Men show up in the Avengers title. Now, there was an X-Men book where the Avengers went into the X-Men title, but this is the first time that the X-Men had joined the Avengers title. And I think this could actually be something. As far as like long shot speculation where the X-Men and the Avengers meet, I don't know. Because, you know, Disney now owns them both. I think they're probably going to keep it separate. But this could be something, so I don't know. But anyway, this was part of the set deal, so I was glad to have this one. Avengers 54. I'm pretty sure this is a cameo of Ultron. So this was inside of that deal that we did together that he just accepted my best offer. So yeah, first there's also a first appearance in here, but I know it's a cameo of Ultron. But the reason I wanted to pick up that whole pile that he had at his exceptional price was for this right here. So Avengers 55, first appearance, first full appearance of Ultron. So believe it or not, I've never had this book, and I did not want to buy it during the whole hype. I was like, no, there's no way I'm buying this book during that whole hype, so I'm going to wait. Finally, I waited long enough. He had this in the lot with all of those other books. I think it was like $40 for the lot. I was like, no problem. He also had another lot on his eBay page, and the same thing again. I just did the best offer, and so these are the two books. There was actually 4 books, but I'm only going to focus on 2. So you got Avengers 62, first appearance of Man-Ape M'Baku, and I think this is also Black Panther's first solo story as far as just him. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Black Panther's first solo story and first appearance of Man-Ape. Again, I was not going to pick up this book during the whole Black Panther movie time because I knew it was just going to be stupid and ridiculous. So I wanted to wait, and I thought it was a good time. So I picked up this one, and this was also in there too. This is actually really beautiful, and it's Avengers 87, and it's a Black Panther's origin. So you can kind of tell, like, there was this huge shift. As you can see, there's a subscription crease, but it doesn't break color. I might have to hit up Erod and have him like press this one for me. But actually, speaking of Erod, Erod has a let me put this down for you. Erod has a contest going on right now. It's an awesome contest. I'll leave a link to that contest as well. It's really cool. I think it's about like what 5 books would you like to have press and clean and why. And so I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think anybody's actually done something like that. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Anyway, so back to the show. So yeah, this Avengers book, number 87, origin of Black Panther, and I really wanted to have this. Again, not going to buy it during the whole movie, but I thought now was a good time. He had it in a lot. Really good price. You know what? I take that back. I think this is from Instagram. This next one. And again, just doubling up, tripling up. You know, Mr. Miracle number 2, first appearance of Granny Goodness. So, boom, super stoked to have this. And yeah, just another copy. You know, I'm not too sure on the grade. Not bad, you know, the spine and everything. It's not effed up. But yeah, super stoked on having this one. So I got another one of these. Awesome. Stoked. And these next 2 books is really cool. I got this next one for like think $50. So, you know, I don't know, it might look like $50 and the Netflix didn't do that well, but I'm like, man, you know what? I'm going to pick another copy up. So Marvel Premiere 15, you can tell there's like some creases, you know, the spines, not the best and stuff. You can see there's some chipping, but man, you know, for $50. So yeah, this is right up my alley as far as 2019. If I can find Bronze Age, Silver Age keys, maybe even dip a little bit into copper for like really good prices, yo, I'm gonna pick them up all day long. So awesome, found that one. And this one I'm super stoked about. I think this one is, I gotta go look at my other copy, but I think this one is maybe the same condition or actually less, not as good. Anyway, Marvel Spotlight number 5, first appearance of Ghost Rider. And yeah, you can tell like this is kind of where I'm at right now. And yeah, so just picking up all of these books and stuff. So super stoked to have another copy of this. And yeah, really stoked. Really stoked on that. Now, I know it's kind of weird, right? Like, I'm usually a variant guy, so where's all the variants, right? Come to see the variants or whatnot. Well, I actually have those too. So check this out on Instagram. I think my friend Koi Cakes, he had this for sale. Now, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, I gotta have one, right? So he had it for $50, and it'll make sense why. So this 4-pack from what is that called? Five Below. We don't have these Five Belows here in Hawaii, but so he had these 4-packs, and it's not so much this book, but he sold it to me for I think under $50 or $50, and then I got this, the all new Marvel Now .1, first full appearance of Kamala Khan. So it's still in the pack, and it's still sealed up, and I thought that was cool, so I had to go ahead and buy it. And this book is actually an awesome segue to the last book that I have, and it's literally, out of all the books that I've shown, this last book that I'm about to show is the book that I've been wanting for quite a while now, and I finally got it, and I'm just, yeah, so stoked, so stoked. Anyway, without further ado, oh!
Turn down the
All new Marvel Now .1 variant. Holy shit, is this book hard to find. And if you do find it, holy shit, is it expensive. If you can find this in back issue bins, go ahead, dig it up. You found like a little piece of gold nugget in your LCS back issue. First full appearance of Kamala Khan. It is the variant to this. I think it's like a 1 in 75 or something like that. It's kind of crazy. Not a lot of stores order 75 copies, I can tell you right now. Not a lot of stores order 75 copies. I truly believe in Kamala Khan is going to be a huge thing, and not so much the MCU, but just in Marvel in general. And the reason I say that is because I see them pushing Kamala Khan like in the Disney stores and on Disney XD and just anything to do with Disney related. Like, I see them pushing Kamala Khan hard, so I know they really want to have Kamala be something special. The reason I like Kamala Khan is when I got back in 2014, I got back into comic collecting. When I went up to the LCS, I was like, hey, what should I start reading? What's popular? All of that stuff. And the LCS guy said, pick up Deadpool, and then there's this new girl, Miss Marvel. So I started reading Miss Marvel, and I'm like, man, this feels awfully like Spider-Man. High school kid, going through problems, trying to learn their powers, trying to figure out, you know, their capabilities and actually how good they are and how powerful, and trying to, you know, combine that with family. And I was like, man, this feels exactly like Spider-Man. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm in the long haul. I'm long-term Miss Marvel. I'm long-term Kamala Khan, but I haven't picked this one up yet. So anyway, woo! There you go. That was a haul. What is that? Like almost an hour long. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. I told you it's going to be a long one, but yeah, I had a lot of books, and I hope you enjoyed the haul. If you are not subscribed, by all means subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. That would be very appreciated. Not needed, but very appreciated. And yeah, so Bigeez NY Warriors auction tonight. Don't forget to do E-Rod's contest. It's pretty awesome. The prize he's giving is pretty awesome as well. All right, I think that's it. All right, shoots and mahalos.